Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today I'm a bit baffled, actually. This level's called Epilogue, and there's no challenges. Which, I mean, I'm assuming we'll learn something about the artifact. But also, like, we haven't had to fight Tzeentch, so I mean, that kind of felt like that was going to be a thing, right? That we'd have to, like, then battle Tzeentch. Because it's always, like, every Warhammer game is you fight orcs, and then chaos shows up, right? That's how it works. So, yeah, bizarre this could be an epilogue. So, like, all of the Tzeentch versus Nighthaunt stuff, that could literally have just been, like, just backstory for the artifact and nothing else. Not like something on its way. Unless, of course, this epilogue says, we've seen all along, we gotta wait for a DLC. I don't know. But I'm super intrigued. I mean, I could just hit play and we experience it, right? But I'm kind of enjoying, like, trying to speculate. So tell you what, if you guys come up with, like, what you reckon it is, you know, cool it in the comments, and we'll see how accurate people are. And, you know, don't watch the whole thing and then comment what happens and go, haha, I did it. I am great at story guessing. That's a thing, right? Anyway, let's do it.
The shield not hold. I felt its power. I feel it still. Did I not speak the magic correctly? I must delve again. Aiden is in need. Not forsake my duty, nor my friend. Doro, Aziras temporis actan. Doros optica zera temporis arcanus acta. Odoro Asira Temporis Acta. Theodorus Optica Asira Temporis Arcanus Acta. Odoro Asira Temporis Acta. Theodorus Optica Asira Temporis Arcanus Acta. Luminous Valor! The architect of fate abandons us! Flee the Nighthaunt's magic!
All as it should be. So why did the artifact fail me? It should have worked. What went wrong?
Oh, this is strange.
Remain still while all else moves.
There's something I'm missing.
She got zapped,
Could it
didn't she?
be?
Time to alter perception. Geography is inconstant.
Strilka, after all your selfish, all you've sacrificed, your master manipulator has abandoned you.
No. Enough of this charade, my puppet. It is time to end this.
What? Destroy her!
Revelation of blood.
Okay. Oh, we just have to destroy Nighthaunt, huh? That's kind of cool. So they can't actually buy anything else. So I guess we're just holding her here. These look cool. These are very cool. If they fly, can they still shoot? Wow, that's fun. I like that unit.
If only you you understood, puppet, you might save yourself.
This makes no sense.
Okay, so like that was obviously part of the plan for Strilka, I guess. Oh, and she is here. My bad. I thought she wandered off. But I don't know why she's suddenly like, oh no, run away, and then goes, oh, change of mind. That seems a bit of a weird turnabout. Like, was Strilka trying to... I don't know, was her fleeing just so that Demetrios in the future would see her run, think she'd been defeated? Because that's interesting if she was doing that for the... like, literally for the audience. Which is, you know, in story Demetrios, or for us. You know, outside of that. That's kind of fun.
What sorcery is this?
Arrogance. A grim bell tolls for thee, Strilka.
This is kind of a weird...
Competence requires a practical end.
weird last battle, though, isn't it? I know it's just the epilogue, but, like, why wouldn't it just give us, like, way more stuff? Why wouldn't it have this fully upgraded, like, a much higher population cap, and just, like, a lot of demons, so it's, like, real scary? You know, why? Why not do that? Because this seems like nothing. We're just, like, letting them show up. And eventually we'll kill 40. It's a bit odd, but, you know, sure. God, there's not a lot to do. This is so cool, though. I love this, like, little mirror pool. Very fun. Anyway. Man, I love that Morngulls are a thing. Very fun. Just kind of looking around now. There's not much else to do. So let's talk about Demetrios. I like Demetrios.
Shall not leave this place, Strilka.
I think he's a good dude. Like, he knows that this is taking a huge toll on him, but he wants to save his friends. And I think that's really nice. You know, it seems beyond camaraderie, like, between him, you know, Aiden and Sigrun. I feel like they were all very close, which is why, you know, Sigrun dying and then forgetting everyone is actually, like, a big deal. Where normally, like, usually in stories, death is a big deal. In this one, it's just like, well, they're fine. Which, you know, they sort of are. But it's the relationship that is lost, and I think that's still meaningful. But I don't think it did... I don't think the game quite did enough of a good job to show that those three were, like, really good friends. It just felt like, you know, everyone would banter because they're all, like, heroic and stuff. You know? They're all, like, heroes in a very sort of, like, hero-y sort of power fantasy setting. It didn't really feel like that was them being really close. It just felt like they were all being pretty generic Hollywood action heroes that, you know, are acting confidently around each other and bantering. So, you know, I think that was lost a little bit. But, oh, we're supposed to actually move out now. Okay, cool. Let's go get him. Let's go get him then. What have you got? Judgment from afar. Alright, judge them from afar then. Alright, wait and cry, let's do it.
If only you understood, puppet,
Wow, that was sick.
you might save yourself.
Wow, you guys are powerful.
What am I to do?
Gift of Tzeentch. Let's do one of those, yeah?
The road runs up.
Everyone loves a good Tzeentchy gift. Ooh, and choking tendrils? Yeah, I can do that. Nice. So there was something to do. I just didn't need to do it. No, more are coming. We just need to kill one more. Hello. Oh, we have run out of Realmstone now.
What sorcery is this?
Not such a powerful artifact, is it? Now to complete the destruction.
This cannot be. cannot be talking to me.
I speaketh to thou, puppet.
Not address me so! An equal share. We take in action. Mine will dost have the same import as yours.
Art thou so surprised? Every step hath been prescribed across the pages of time, both thine and mine.
Why hast thou betrayed me, mine own sister? Have I not been thy faithful companion these many years?
What have I done?
We all act in accordance to the architect's plan. I giveth my soul and taint this magic with ruinous intent. I taint the land it sits upon. I taint all those who would dare to use it. I taint thee. Victory is ours. They met me. Now thy doom is upon thee. I can almost see my face. How delicious doth this taste! A nectar of spent ambition. It is. Is it?
We have been given the boon of victory.
The victory screen feels very unusual after all that. He's stronger than he looks.
Sigurd, we've been deceived, but by the will of Sigmar, we shall put it right. There must be some way that we can remove the artifact's corruption from our cannabis. Sigurd, no.
Begin the cleansing.
Do not act in haste, I beg you.
Well, how about that? Okay, so I get it. They're just zealots, I guess. You know, Stormcast Eternal. Like they're just kind of zealots. It says, "Oh, they get so what? They get more." I don't know. It's odd. So what? If they live a long time, they can make friendships and they act more human. And if they die a bunch, then all that's left is their mission, which is, impose Sigmar's will on folks. I guess. So, or maybe they are all very human, and that's how they were able to be friends before. But I mean, is okay? So is the whole point supposed to be that they were built to save humanity, but as they start dying, they lose their humanity and become unable to recognize it in others, therefore unable to actually, get their priorities straight. So they end up just randomly going, well, if it's weird, we'll kill it. No point having conversation about anything. Purge, burn, and kill everything. Just immediately, they just sort of do that with little, with just no sort of remorse or anything. Is that the thing? So like, Sigmar's will is no longer being imposed because of the flaw in the Stormcast Eternals design. Is that supposed to be it? I guess that's the thing. I'm guessing. I don't know, it just feels a bit weak, doesn't it? It's just like, okay, well, I mean, I like those characters. I think it's fun, though, that Strilka literally, sacrificed themselves, I suppose, because there's two of them. Well, one wasn't really up for it first, but then with the eyes all open at the end, I guess they all saw, the plan, and were down for it. They seemed to both agree that it was beautiful. Bit of a weird one. But, I don't know, I guess the ending is fairly Warhammer-y. It's just like, oh, but then there was some heresy, so it got killed with a hammer. It's like, alright. Just, I don't know, I guess I was expecting there to be more. Like, an Aiden just let it happen, is what it feels like. I mean, he had his orders, he had to save the day, right? He had to finish the final mission. But I don't know, I just feel like there was a lot more story there. It would have been a lot more interesting to have, brother fighting sister in, for what is right, when you have someone who clearly still wants to make the world right, but has been corrupted by, the sacrifice of Strilka in the past. But if the idea is just to get Demetrios dead, if that was all the plan was, it's like, haha, we'll corrupt Demetrios in the future, and that'll be cool. Well, he gets killed, doesn't he? So who cares, right? If he's just going to get, purged. Unless he's still alive and we'll see him later, another time. But that felt very final for him. So, I don't know, I feel like the story made no sense. Anyway, it's like, okay, he got corrupted. Although I guess, actually, his use of the artifact corrupted the whole world around him, right? So Harcanibus is now corrupt. It wasn't just him. So I guess that's the point. It helped corrupt a part of the realm of Gur, putting it under, I guess ostensibly, closer to being under Tzeentch's control through, wibbly-wobbly magical means. But yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel like... I guess we didn't have any agency over what happened, is what's bugging me. It's like we play all this story, and then at the end it just goes, oh, and now we're just going to, finish the story for you? And that felt a bit weak. I don't know. Something about it doesn't sit right with me. I enjoyed the game, though, and I have enjoyed the story as a whole. But I think just... it hasn't really introduced us to any of the motives of any of the people who were in that final scene, and the entire epilogue. It's supposed to be revealing intent, but it just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like they just dumped a lot of us right at the end, which, didn't really have any bearing on the rest of the story, is how it feels. The sort of character traits they're pulling out of the ether, just to, mess with us. I don't know, it is something. Let me know what you think. Something about it doesn't sit right with me. It just, I don't know. I guess the ending just fell flat for me. Tzeentch is being Tzeentchy, obviously. I think that's, often used as a means to be incredibly lazy. Because you can basically just have any story happen, and then if at the end you just have someone, Tzeentchy go, haha, that was what was supposed to happen. It's like, okay, so anything can happen. And it's just, you just assume that's part of the plan because they said it was. And that I feel is very lazy. I don't really know what it gains Tzeentch, you know? I don't know what it gains Strilka. Like, it's just all quite abstract. It's like, oh, Harcanibus is tainted now. Okay, like, does that really matter? Like, why should we care? Like, it seems pretty much everyone there is dead. Like, who really cares? Like, just leave. It sucks. It already sucked. Like, I don't know. It seems a bit pointless to me. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure. Anyway, I'm going to speed this up because it seems to go on forever. But well done, everyone. Like, you made a good game. You know, in all, I think it was good. You guys have heard my complaints about, you know, communication and things. You know, the things I take issue with as I played. I've been quite clear about them. But I think you guys have also noticed I've really enjoyed the game. It's been really fun just running around with a bunch of, you know, Age of Sigmar stuff. You know, bashing things with hammers, all the rest of it. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the ending just, it just decided it was the end. When there was still so much more to explore. There was still so much more, like, the relationships between these characters that could have been explored. You know, literally having to have a battle that was, Stormcast Eternals versus Stormcast Eternals. You know, Aiden having to fight Sigrun in order to save Demetrios, who would then, you know, actually, like, the corruption would take hold and we'd have to fight against, you know, the forces of Tzeentch. I think that would have been really cool. And I think it would have led to just, like, some serious heartbreak and, like, all sorts. I think it would have been really interesting. But it feels like the game just ended too soon, I think is the problem I'm having with it. It ended too quickly. I mean, there's a lot of levels, you know, there's a lot to do. But just the story, it just immediately went, and then we're done. And I think that's a shame. So I think that's the issue. We never actually had, like, the Stormcast fight Tzeentch. We never played as the Nighthaunt. So, like, there's gaps, I feel. I feel like there were gaps in the campaign that could have been fleshed out at the end. And I don't know if maybe that was the plan at one point, and they just sort of, like, went, okay, this is ridiculous. We have, you know, 57 levels. That's untenable. We need to, you know, we need to do fewer. I'm not really sure. But I do feel like there was a lot left unexplored. So, we have to make a lot of assumptions about the rules of this world. And to me, this game shouldn't be for fans of Age of Sigmar, right? It should be for everyone, because there is so little media about Age of Sigmar. So I think the game ending in a way where you're having to guess a bunch of stuff about, like, the rules of the world, that means it's failed. I think we should have ended being like, oh wow, now I really understand how all of this Eternal Stormcast stuff works and why I should care, but I just don't, and I think that's a pity. I think that's it. I think I've nailed it. Okay, that's the criticism. I don't really know anything more now that the game is over than I did at the start. I think that's the problem. It was only right at the end I realised, oh, they were friends. They weren't just, like, bantering, like, you know, in a Marvel movie. They were actually supposed to be really, like, you know, really close. And amnesia and you know, swift justice and all that. That's all very, very dour. Oh, also one thing I didn't think about. So at the end, it showed that Demetrios could lift up, you know, an entire tree trunk in order to open a door. Are the wizards also Stormcast Eternals? Because I don't actually know. I don't know if they're Stormcast Eternals or if they're just, you know, human wizards. And wizards are always useful, you know, in a Stormcast army or not. So that's one thing I'm curious about. Someone could answer that. I think it'd be a bit weird if the wizard... I mean, it might be the case, but I feel like thematically it'd be a bit weird if the wizard was also a Stormcast Eternal. Because that implies, like, a level of durability that I wouldn't want really associated with wizards. I feel like wizards should be quite... You know, they should have to rely on their magic, not by, you know, being some sort of magic super being. So, That seems thematically strange. Well, thematically, I guess, you know, intuitively odd. You know? Like, the wizards have got to be the frail ones. Like, yeah, they could put, like, magical barricades and stuff, but, like, that should be it, right? Like, Teclis, you know, is a frail boy. But he's good at wizarding, isn't he? So, yeah, I kind of prefer that as a trope. So the idea of, like, oh, I can lift up a tree trunk, no problem. You know, wizard. Yeah, feels odd. Anyway, that's it, I guess. So I'm just sort of a bit disappointed. I still don't really know anything except sort of surface level stuff about Stormcast Eternals and things. I don't really know any more, which is a pity. Oh, except I do know that the ones wearing white are like the Inquisition. That I didn't know. But that feels like we didn't really get to see much of them. So, yeah, I don't know. I wish I'd seen more. I wish there were more levels exploring some of the things I mentioned. You know, some of the more twists and more conflict between these people who we're sort of told care about each other, but not really, because it's not explored very well. So that's what I want. I would have wanted more levels to explore that. So guys, if you enjoyed this, then comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll let you know if more levels turn up one day. That'll be fun. Yeah, we'll revisit this again if there's more story content, for sure. I definitely want to see more story. You know, I'm intrigued by the world. Disappointed we didn't get shown more. So, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.